we've mentioned kind of the job title of coach analyst. There's a lot said about it. Seems to be popular at this moment in time. I mean, people kind of share their opinions on what they feel the role is and what it's there for. But in your opinion, as someone that has worked as a coach analyst, what if someone asks you what is a coach analyst, just what would you define it as?
I think if I could just talk about if I was just to talk about myself, I've kind of touched on it. I think it's it's an individual who is out on the training pitch every day supporting the coaches in what they're delivering and sometimes being another pair of eyes
Yeah.
for that coach, because if that coach has really clear philosophies and things they go after in their team and their individuals, you're just another pair of eyes and another voice that is encouraging that on the training pitch. Um, Potentially that is using video as well to back that up. So if training's filmed, are there clips shown after training that back that up, and you were out there, you saw it?
Yeah.
I think it's often harder for an analyst when he's inside maybe coding and some of the technology now is incredible and you can film from a lovely warm office and stuff, but not being there and seeing every part of it and every aspect and every touch a player has. I think that's probably more where it comes in as well. You were out there, you felt it, you felt what the session was about, you felt what the coaches were going after, or even yourself was going after. I think individuals with that title, like myself, often been on a coaching journey themselves as well.
Yeah.
I've earned trust probably from the manager or the head coach to help deliver on that out there as well, whether that be in individual parts of the session, whether that be in taking small groups away in units, or even just in a bulk of the session. We'll probably touch on it later, but that's something like I can't speak highly enough of Luke Williams in the way that since, I mean, he first met me when I was sort of 21, 22, maybe a bit older, and from minute one, he knew I was one that was passionate about coaching, and he encouraged me to be out there, help and be hands-on and help the sessions be better. For example, that in a 21s team, some days can very much look like you end up with 3 or 4 players left because 5 are out on loan. 5 are needed by the first team. 3 or 4 are injured, and 4 get left with or like in academies now, a 21s, the 23s staff, which is a small like first team staff. Really, they have every. So he encouraged me like, now come down to the pitch. We're going to need you because we're going to be doing. We've got 4 players. We're going to be doing a lot of like individual stuff, and you can take that person on your own, or you can help me deliver. And obviously, I earned trust and gained more and more experience and confidence. And he was brilliant for that. He was so good at, with all the staff and especially me. I think he likes to challenge people out their comfort zone to help them develop. And I think, I don't know, you'd have to ask him, but I think from sort of a very early on stage in sort of us working together in our relationship, I think he really liked how confident I was to deliver and how much I wanted to be involved, and even like how brave I was to give pointers to players. And obviously it's very important that you need a trust from him and like not go in and just start doing your own thing. It was very much what it was backing up messages that the club and him and the other coaches were delivering. And I think really important that you have to have a relationship with those players and a respect, because probably not so much these days, but 10, 15 years ago, an analyst walks onto the pitch in his boots and starts trying to tell not every player, but certain players things that might have been taken the wrong way by certain players and frowned upon by players. You've got to have that trust from the coaches that are leading, and definitely I think a relationship and a trust from the players that you're there to try and help. And I think that comes, I've experienced that's come a lot with, sitting with players and watching their clips and discussing them and asking them what they thought and not just telling them. So I think that's so important. So yeah, I think that's what it's become. It's become that head coach or that manager's eyes on the training pitch, support on the training pitch. When they get off the training pitch, they probably know exactly what that manager or head coach wants to show the players, or how he wants to show the players, or if he wants to sit with a player and I need you to clip those things for me,
Yeah.
that because of the understanding of the philosophy or the game model and the trust from coach to coach analyst or analyst, whatever you want to call it, that process becomes very smooth and very quick.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, like I said, I kind of started with an analyst that might have not been outside on the training pitch, and he's doing other work that is very important.
Yeah.
And the coach comes in post training, I need to show this, this, and this. I think that's going to be a lot harder if he's not been out there. He's
Yeah.
not seen. He's not smelt what the session was like. He's going to, yeah, probably, hopefully, if it's really clear, be able to go after it with the training footage. But I just can't. For me, it's not going to be as clear as him being out there and seeing it and knowing already when you're coming in, he's going to want to see that, or he's going to want to see that. You've got that understanding. So I think that's what it's become, and how it will continue to develop. And even you see Coach Analyst on a match day now, they're on the bench, and they're another a tactical opinion for the manager. Often managers are coming to them. They've got the laptop, they've got the iPad, they've got the tactical view. What do you think we need to change? What's the issue?
Yeah.
And that's becoming more and more. When there's still probably analysts higher up doing their role and doing their responsibility, and it's sort of a chain of communication almost. I think it's becoming.
Yeah, and I think that's coming from both sides. I think like the traditional analyst is having to become more aware of the coaching aspects, but also then like the modern coach these days. You mentioned the courses, like a lot of coaching staff now, like coaching the managers come in, they've all got their own laptops with software on. They all know how to code games in. So it's like it's almost merging together, almost where
Massively.
there's a big crossover, isn't there? So yeah,
I've seen a huge, like in my relatively short career in football, I'd say, in professional football, the development of coaches in using technology and their openness to it, and their actual hunger to be quite quickly wanting footage to go through it, their hunger to want to sit with players and go through clips without the analyst there. They can just use the laptop themselves, has come on incredibly, I think, and I think that's a brilliant thing. And technology has helped that, I think, as well. The development of technology, how relatively easy it is to upskill a coach, or they can even upskill themselves, and I think that's a huge positive.
Yeah, definitely.